vid. I just want to plug myself and my brother, Justice Power. Here, it's peace. Put the fingers together. This is the universal, true sign of peace right here, as opposed to this here. This is a war sign for victory, hence the V. The peace, true peace. There's unity, togetherness, one. P-E-A-C-E. Head over to the store, supremedesigns.storeenvy.com. Link in the description if you want to check out a whole bunch of different, we got tie-dye ones, have different color prints on different color tees, have some one-of-one custom shirts over there available, select sizes, and also some original artwork. So if you find interest in this, or you want to check it out and you might find interest in something else, head over there. Everything handmade, hand printed, hand pressed, hand dried, and everything. And everything by hand, but it all comes from an original idea coming from me and my like I said, Justice Power. Tie shirts, we don't go to the store and buy tie-dyes. We buy them white, we tie-dye them ourselves, put the print on it ourselves. Everything is all original. Link is down below, and let's get on with the video. Peace. Peace. I come in the name of Supreme Artistic God Allah, of Allah's Nation of Gods and Earths. Some may know it as the 5% Nation. September 3rd, it's the born month and the day of understanding. Now, I didn't plan this out. I just really woke up today and thought, like it's been a thought in my mind for a while to start making these builds and start this YouTube channel up and everything, but it just so happened that I woke up today and was like, you know what? Let's get it started off today. And it's very applicable to my life through what we call supreme mathematics. 9 is born. So being that it's the 9th month, September, born is to bring forth into existence. 3 is understanding. Understanding is symbolic of the child, and it's also the product of knowledge and wisdom coming together. So your understanding is the product of what you know and how you apply what you know. So your understanding is the outcome. Study how to properly hit a nail into a piece of wood. The studying is you doing the knowledge. Then you apply that to what you know. You put the action towards it. Now you're actually hitting the nail into the wood, and then the understanding is the outcome. It's a nail in the wood. So that's like a very broken down, simple, way to put it. But the supreme mathematics apply to everyday life, and it's something that you can draw from every day and guide you every day. Born and the day being understanding, I'm going to born some of my understanding to y'all. And feel free to comment below, like the video if you like it. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. I mean, you're open to do as you please, just as I'm open to do as I please. I don't have to be here recording this video. I'm not obligated. I'm not being forced. This is me opening myself up to the world and to the people, to you. That being said, something that I've been thinking about a lot, it's been manifesting in my mind a lot over the past few weeks. Like, I grew up in a Christian household. I was sent to church on Sundays along with my siblings. But one thing I noticed was that aside from my aunt who's heavily in the church, she has a position there and all that. Aside from her and her husband, there was no adults in my family that really went, if any, that I could think of outside of them. But we as the children were made to go every Sunday, and even during the week, for what they call that, not Sunday school, for I don't even remember the terminology for the different days, and Bible study. There we go, for Bible study. Reflect and think how come if we're all Christian, we're not all here as a family, as one, together, There's separation even amongst the family, which made me question religion a lot, along with other things. But since gaining the knowledge of self and knowing that religion is a belief system, belief where it's like, you know, you believe in something one day you may be, but the next moment you may leave. So what I deal with is facts, logic, reasoning, sciences of life, you know, and just reality. If it's not tangible, I'm sorry, but it's not real. That's how I see it. A lot, without trying to offend them or something, like I'll ask a question that's completely unrelated to religion. I'll say, like, something along the lines of, do you believe in unicorns? Or any other mythical, you know, entity. It could be the Loch Ness Monster, Nessie, whatever you want to call it, Bigfoot. And pretty sure, I can't say 10 out of 10, I can't say 9 out of 10 or whatever, but I'm thinking it's 10 out of 10. People are going to say, no, I don't believe in the unicorn. I don't believe in the Bigfoot. You ask them why, they'll say because they've never seen them or there's no proof of it. Then if you ask if, or like, okay, so how is it that you can believe in a man who's never shown his face, someone you can't, like I said, you can't see, smell, touch, hear, you know, like you can't, it's not tangible. Made me think even more, gaining knowledge of self, it's like, wow, everything in life really begins with self and it manifests from what you think. So that being said, if I have the control of my life through my mind, and I'm the true person who's here living on earth, carrying it out, I gotta be God. Arm, leg, arm, head, supreme head. That's Allah, that's the true and living Allah. Being said, what I wanted to get into today is the Lord's Prayer. That's why I kind of went back, gave you a little bit of history about my history. So about, well, not my history, but in some insight to me. That's a better way to put it, because history is his story. So my story was a mystery, my story to you, but now you know. Let's get into the Lord's Prayer, but how I see it. Not how I see it, but how I see it. With your third eye. That's your intuition, your mind's eye. Because the physical, what we see, there's a lot of cloaking going on, you know, clothing or sheep's wool, however that saying goes, that type of deal is what goes on in reality. It's very manipulated, and there's a lot that you need to do mentally to be able to weave through that and see it for what it is, not believe it for what it's projected to be. Let me go ahead and get into this. I don't want to keep the video going for too long, but I did a printout right here of the Lord's Prayer and my version of it, the way I see it. So I actually took it a step further from there and went back to the days of the Venn diagram. So that's what I'm going to be referring to here, and I may put this as a link if you want to access it down below in the description box. But yeah, this is what I'll be referring to if I look away from the camera. It's just that all this was a flow of consciousness, my wisdom, you know, just flowing from this morning. I just did this morning, so I may have to refer back to it, but just hang with me. What I'll do is I'll read through it, then I'll read through mine, and then I'll compare the two. Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Or amen, or however you decide to close a prayer. Alright, so now my version. Our mind, who is in our head, honored be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, physically as it is mentally. Provide yourself with food or money in order to live. Forgive yourself of your wrongdoings, as we forgive those who do us wrong. Recognize those wrongs, but steer clear of them. because yours is the kingdom and the truth and the honor forever and ever. So be it. Alright. Now before I get into the comparison, I just want to so I know like how I see prayer. Just a little exercise you could do if you never were conscious of it, like you never realized it. But just sit. You don't even have to pray. You don't have to put your hands together. Just sit here for a second and think, and or not even think, but say the sentence, today I will manifest greatness in my life. But say that without speaking the words. Just think the words. So I'll give you a second to go ahead and do that. I'll do it along with you. So we're going to say, today I will manifest greatness in my life. So here we go. Ready? Go. Now, if you thought that, I want to ask you this. Whose voice did you hear? Was it anyone else's voice? Or was it your voice? You speak for myself. I never heard them. I never heard a response. I never heard a different voice speak down to me, like coming from the sky. I only heard myself speaking to myself. And when you think back to before Christianity was enforced onto the original people, take a second and think, like, what was their religion before that? Who did they pray to before they were told it's a person in the sky that you need to submit to? I have the answer for you if you want to know. They were basically meditating. They were basically connecting to their ancestors. They were basically speaking to themselves. Basically, prayer is meditation. Sorry to burst your bubble for all the religious people, but you're speaking to yourself or your ancestors, because you are your ancestors, you know. They didn't live for nothing, and you're not here without a reason. So, you know, when I meditate or I just think to myself and I'm hearing myself, my thoughts, you know, I'm truly connecting with people that are no longer here physically, but I keep them alive mentally. That's the power of the mind. That I wanted to break down about the Father, because it goes into the next part. Our Father who art in heaven. Heaven we can have on earth. Surprise, surprise, I don't know if you knew that or not, but heaven is a state of mind. So is hell. So, that being said, our mind who is in our head. Now when I say our mind who, again, this is to state that your mind is you. And there's a being within you. This right here, what you see, is nothing but a vessel. It's the protection for my inner self. And it's what I chose to bring forth for you to see. You know, the physical representation of me, who I am. That's why I say who, because there's a person inside of you. Your true being is inside of you. This physical world is just materialism and just that, physical. It's what we see, what we perceive. This world is perception based. That we live in is perception based. This reality. It's how you perceive things, how you see things. So you can either truly see it and know it for what it is, or believe it for what is being projected. Break down to that, I want to say, like, our Father who art in heaven, our mind who is in our head. Everything in life manifests from thought, from the mind in our heads. Thy name, honored be your name. Like thy is yours, the old form of your. Same with down towards the bottom when I get to it, thine is yours. So just keep those in mind. It means honored. So it's like your name is to be honored because it is who you are. Take for example me. Supreme Artistic God Allah is not my given name, but it's my chosen name. It's the name I chose for myself. It's the attributes that I chose for myself. Say my name amongst the gods in the earth, they can kind of go into, like, pick up on characteristics of who I am, how I be, who I be, like how I exist. To be is to exist. So, like, they can kind of go into how I project myself to society, just by my name alone, just by my attributes. So that's how I broke that part down. That's how I see that part. Thy will be done. I said, your kingdom come, your will be done. So your kingdom is right up here, the supreme mind. That's your kingdom. When they refer to the kingdom in the Bible, talking about the mind. When it says your kingdom come, your will be done. That's saying basically, when your kingdom arrives, when you wake up, or whatever term you want to use, when you find yourself and you can truly utilize the power of your mind, your will be done. You have the power, the willpower to do anything that you choose. As long as you keep your mind to it and act accordingly, you're gonna manifest it. Only person who can stop you from doing whatever you want to do is truly you. If you put if somebody else stops you from what you're doing, say you go to a job interview, they tell you you don't have the job, it's not so much the fact that it's their fault. You put yourself in the situation for that outcome to possibly be. So everything in life, like I said, begins with self. So you just have to be properly prepared for any situation you go into, and you may not get rejected from that job, or whatever example you want to use. As it is in heaven. On my side, it says physically as it is mentally. Now this is where I'm going to break down the term Asiatic, meaning the body. Attic, attic of a house. Where is it? Top floor. The attic is the mind. So on earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. When you find your mind, you have the willpower to do anything you want to do, to manifest what you want to manifest. It will be done so, starting from the mind. So it'll be done so physically as it is mentally. That's telling you right there that your mind, you manifest a thought first and bring it forth to the physical. It's giving you a breakdown of your own mind, your own power in this first excerpt, this first section of the Lord's Prayer. Is a peaceful, heaven on earth is a peaceful state of mind, heaven on earth. So a peaceful state of mind is your inner self that translates through to the body, through the body, to the physical world. So heaven on earth, earth, the body. Peaceful mind, peaceful body, peaceful projections to the universe. Moving on. Give us this day our daily bread. On my side, I said, provide yourself with food or money in order to live. That just comes straight from doing find the definition, go on Google, put define daily bread, and it will give you that term. Bread, like, even in today's society, when somebody says bread, it could mean food or it could mean money. Like, that's what it is. So give us this day our daily bread. When it says us, I change the us to yourself, because again, this is a meditation. This is you speaking to yourself when you say this prayer. So it's provide yourself with food or money, not food and money, and not money coming first. Food or money in order to live. Physically in your body and mentally in your mind, you're not going to be healthy enough to make the money to live and get the things that you want to obtain in life. So when it says give us, again, remember, you're speaking to yourself. That's the voice you're hearing in your head. Just like the exercise that we did earlier. Passes as we forgive those who trespass us. So on my side is forgive yourself for your wrongdoings as we forgive those who do us wrong. We're taught to love thy neighbor and to turn the other cheek in the face of confrontation, violence, whatever the case may be. Rarely are we taught to love ourselves in a church. It's always outwardly. It's always pleasing the next person. The only issue there is love. You cannot fully understand how to love another person until you fully understand how to love yourself, and until you fully actually do love yourself. Because you think about it, it's like when you're ready to love somebody, you should love them as much as you love yourself. You shouldn't love them any more, because then you're doing yourself a disservice. You shouldn't love them any less, because you're doing them a disservice. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Again, you have the us. Lead us, no, it's lead yourself. So recognize the wrongs, because when you're being tempted, you're basically at a fork in the road. Automatic, like you have to do it. You have the choice. There's a decision to make. You can go the left path, the right path, the red pill, the blue pill. You know, there's so many different analogies for it. And basically, jump at it. Take a second. Think about it. Be mindful and see, again, see your intuition with your mind's eye. See the outcome, good and bad, from 360 degrees. Act accordingly from there. That acting accordingly is when it says recognize the wrongs, but steer clear of them. Steering clear of that. And, you know, bettering yourself in the process. That section. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Now on my side, because yours is the kingdom, and the truth, and the honor, forever and ever, so be it. Basically, this is really speaking of you, who you are, what you are. It's like, for thine is the kingdom, yours is the kingdom. So you, like I said earlier, you are your inner self. This is a projection. This is a vessel. This is a shell, a representation of who you are in the inside. And the glory. Now the truth. Now power is truth. Because once you have the truth, you tell the truth. Trust me, if you speak the truth day in, day out, people are gonna recognize your power. Power is the truth, and the glory is the honor. So, like I said, once you start speaking the truth and only the truth, people are going to recognize that. And the ones who lead themselves out from their reactions, if they get offended, things like that, is only because the truth hurts. So you're striking a nerve with them because it's resonating within them. It's like inside of them, it's resonating and coming out to the physical. And you see them turn colors, or huffing and puffing, or shaking, or there's a lot of different things that a lot of different ways you can communicate with a person. Like I said, you can tell them the truth, and then you can just watch their body movements, watch their reactions, and that's going to give you the answer. That's going to tell you, like, they're going to come out of their mouth. If they're belligerent, if they're overly dramatic, if they can't just build with you and let you know that you're wrong, or, you know, something along the lines of what you're saying is wrong, it's true what you said. There's going to be people who are like, wow, this man is like, he's real, he's true and living. You know, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. And that's when you'll start to you'll be honored for who you are. The glory is the honor. That's the outcome. So forever and ever, amen. It's basically the same on my end, on my side. It's forever and ever, so be it. Amen or so be it is the translation to amen, amen, whatever, however you say it. Being said, I just want to close with positive energy. Positive mind will produce positivity in the physical. So it's all about peace. Proper education always corrects errors. Positive energy always creates elevation. You know, properly educating allows children everywhere. That's peace. There's so many other ones that I can go into. I actually have a book with breakdowns of peace. Like, maybe I'll share that with y'all one day as a video, my book of understanding. I definitely will, actually. Not maybe, but I definitely will. It's like ongoing work in progress. that. Peace.